The Amazing Maurice is currently being released in America and it stars Hugh Laurie, Emilia Clarke, and David Tennant. And here, a cat has a couple of sentient rats that work with him, along with a human counterpart. They have one of the best scams they've ever come up with, where they go town to town in order to make profit. When they reach a new town and a very specific challenge approaches them, along with a woman who seems a little bit different, things are going to change. I had no real urge or inkling to go see The Amazing Maurice because I myself am just not a massive cartoon fan. I'm not a big fan of animated features. I would say the exceptions that I had last year were the bad guys from Puss in Boots to The Last Wish. But this film is quite different than that. This film is kind of what I can only put the equivalent of as the Deadpool of animation, if that makes sense. This movie pokes a lot of fun at the tropes of animation and of cartoons and of styles of just film in general. It's meta, yes, and I can have to say this. I'm not a big fan of meta in film unless it's done right. And here, I think it's done perfectly well, because this film just pokes such good fun at everything. Just the things that we have in everything, the way things are revealed, and explaining how real-world things just wouldn't happen in a cartoon world, and the complete confusion of some characters of why it is. Another thing that really makes this movie great is the acting performances in here. They are just really, really strong. They just really get a lot out of these voice actors in this movie, and you usually do in most movies, but there's really a lot of character in these, and I like that because they felt extremely vivid. They felt big and large, and that's what I want. And I really love the chemistry and banter that goes back and forth between them in here. And that is a twist. Usually we have a very oh, it's by the number story. They're in here, they're kind of condiment. They got a whole gig they got going in here where they basically trick people so that they can make profits. And I like that. I like that the lead characters in here don't start as these wonderful, happy cartoon characters. They're kind of scumbags. I like that someone broke the mold and did something different with that. And throughout the movie, it plays up for some really, really good jokes that landed very well. Furthermore, another thing that's excellent, the animation style in here. It's not perfect. It's really good, though, I think, and it plays in perfectly with the way this movie is. There's a specifically funny joke that goes on where they're in this building and they are looking for something. It is, I don't want to say what, I won't spoil anything. It's just really funny. I got a big kick out of that. Overall, this movie was pretty decent. I have a few issues, which is the meta got to be a little bit too much at times, and at times I found the movie to be very serious. Like, the plot got heavy, and I was like, damn. And I wasn't too much of a big fan of that, because it seemed like it veered off to a much more dramatic direction, or something more, almost, I guess you could say, scary. And that was where the movie did lose me a little bit, but when it wasn't there, it immediately had me hooked, had me on track, and I laughed a lot during the movie, and genuinely admired the intelligence behind this, and the writing on it, and the production team, the animation, and everything involved. I would say when you get a chance to go check out this movie, it's a lot of fun. You can take the family to this. It's pretty much for everyone. It has a little bit of something in there. I think it caters to both sides of ages very well. So I think it's something to have a great time with. And I'm going to say I had a very, just happy time with this movie. I'm going to give The Amazing Maurice a 7 out of 10. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I will see you all next time.